Hello and welcome back to Valiants Rising. So today we've got the first league game of the season against Crawley. Pre-season wasn't the best, I'll be honest. Two wins against pretty small teams and then a lot of draws and losses. It wasn't the best, but I usually leave those games up to me, assistant manager, so hopefully when I'm managing it'll be a bit better. Now I do want to go across and over player roles a little bit before we start the match. When I'm watching videos on FM videos, I do like to see the YouTubers go through their tactics a little bit and kind of explain why they've done certain things, just because I think it helps me when I'm doing my tactics. You know, it's nice to see what other people do and see if they're doing the same things as you. So I've gone over the team instructions on the last video. I'm going to go over the roles a little bit. So I've got a sweeper keeper. That's simply because we're playing a really high defensive line, and if I can, obviously you don't want to be doing this with a really slow keeper, but his attributes aren't bad for a keeper, so I don't mind him coming out to collect the ball because we're playing a high defensive line. If they hit a ball over the top, he can come out and clear it away. And then I've got one of my centre backs as on stopper, and that will mean that he just pushes forward a little bit. If these guys are all forward here, the midfielders and the wing backs, and they get through on the counter attack, he'll step up and try and win the ball, and these two will stay back and cover. The wing backs are just simply on wing back attack. They're on wing back because the wing backs they're on attack because we've got no wingers, so we need them to get up and down the pitch as much as they can and get up and support the strikers and whip balls in for them. I've got a deep lying playmaker because I do like a player to come back and get the ball off the defence and spray it around. That's just pretty much every tactic that I ever do has got a deep lying playmaker in. Then a ball winning midfielder. If I had a proper box-to-box midfielder, I'd probably be playing that, but I don't want to play a player miles outside his comfort zone. So I've gone for a ball winning midfielder there. And it is good to have a combative duo in there that can win you the ball back. They've got an advanced playmaker with Ben Whitfield. He's a nice little player. He's not very tall, but he's good. Usually when I'm playing as Vale, I've used Ben Whitfield. His pass completion is top class, and having him as an advanced playmaker in there, because we haven't really got any playmakers. Obviously we've got a deep lying, but we haven't got many link players there. We need someone who will keep hold of the ball and create stuff. So that's why his role is literally create stuff. Don't run with the ball and try and shoot. Just keep hold of the ball and play the other players in. So I've got a poacher just because I want one of my strikers right up there trying to literally, his job is to score goals and don't want to worry about anything else. I usually use quite a big player in this role, so unfortunately Tom Pope's injured for us, which is a bit of a blow to be honest. But I've got Anton Forrester in there, who's still a big lad, 6'1", decent jumping and all that. I like a big player in there because that way when we get crosses in, then we're more likely to be able to win the ball, obviously. Then I usually switch this role between the other striker, between deep lying forward and advanced forward. Sometimes I like him to have him on deep lying because we've only got three midfielders, proper midfielders, they drop deep and try and help him out a little bit. Sometimes I like to have him on advanced forward because they'll run forward and create space for the other striker. That's the reason why I've gone for those things. The other thing I wanted to have a quick look at was training. Usually at the start of the season, I should have gone over this in the last one really, but I didn't. So I'll have a quick look at it now. Usually at the start of the season I go on fitness very high, which is good because I think it means you have players fit with better fitness throughout the season. The issue is you get a lot of injuries at the start of the season. A lot of players are just coming back from their injuries now, but you can see up front I'm really struggling. I've got 5 strikers, I've only got 2 that are fit, which is a bit of an issue, but we'll go ahead with it. And then halfway through pre-season I usually drop that to high intensity, and then when we get into the games I put it on balanced and average, and then I do it, just change it on what we need. So if we're leaking a lot of goals, I put it on defending. Sometimes in the middle of the season, if we're really bad, I put the intensity level up. I usually have this on match tactics. Sometimes I switch it across to defended set pieces if we're struggling on set pieces, but usually I like to have it on match tactics, especially at the start of the season when your players are getting used to your tactics. Right, so we've got Crawley then. So in real life, Vale won this 3-1, but it is a bit of a difficult game. I mean, Crawley are probably predicted quite low down, but I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I mean, Vale really would be expected to win this game, but we all know Football Manager. We'll probably have 20 shots, and they'll have 1 and we'll lose 1-0. But there you go. The opposition instructions, I've just got it set as the assistant manager does it. It's one of those things where I feel like if I do it, I'll pick the obvious stuff which should work, and then we'll get into it and it won't actually work. But, you know, let's give it a go. The team talks. I don't really like the way they changed the team talks this year. I usually get an assistant to do it now, but I shouldn't do really. Let's go for it. Be interesting to see how the two strikers I've got work up front together with Turner and Forrester. Obviously, I've set my whole tactic around Tom Pope really, trying to get balls into him and create chances for him. So hopefully, Forrester can do the job that he was meant to do. We'll see. I think a player to watch out for with Crawley is Enzio Boulderwin, or however you pronounce his name. He's quite fast, quite tricky. Obviously Dean Cox as well. Most FM players will know him. I don't really know how he's playing for Crawley. It was only 2 years ago. He was probably one of the best players in League One, but I suppose that's how things go sometimes, really. No highlights yet. I've got them key highlights, but we are in the game, which is nice. Possession's pretty even. 3 shots to their 2. Would like to see a highlight, hopefully, but we'll see what happens. Oh no, here we go. Just over. Got away with that one a little bit. I might have to have a look and see what my assistant says about the tactics. See if he's got anything to say about what we're doing. Giving up a lot of chances on set pieces apparently. We're struggling to get shots away, but we're getting shots on goal. They're too far out apparently. A bit contradictory, but there you go. Our crossing's been really poor. It's half time. So I usually do find if you're drawing at half time, it's best to give them a little bit of a kick up the bum, just to get that little bit extra out of them if you can. I mean, we'll see what happens now, but usually I do. It's pretty rare that the players react badly to tell them you want more from them. Yeah, it's quite, unless you're winning 3-0 or something, they usually react quite well to it, to be honest. Corner for Crawley. Cleared away. Is he going to put it back in? Oh no. Off post. Oh no. Oh no. Do I need to change something? I've got a feeling with them 2 attacking wingers there, they're probably getting quite a lot of space down the wings on us. They're getting a lot of attacks down their right hand side, so what I'm going to do is put Taladent our left wing back on support, and hopefully he'll sit back a little bit and just try and help us against their attacks from Boulderwin actually. Who's only on 6.5, but all their attacks are coming down that side. Strange. And Dean Cox is having a really good game. Actually, you know what? What I'm going to do is put both our wing backs on support and do something I wouldn't usually do, but considering we haven't had a shot all half yet, I think I do need to change something. So we're going to step back on standard, so we're not attacking so much. and play a little bit more direct and try and exploit the middle. So he was basically going to hoop it up to the strikers and see if they can do anything. I'd probably take a point here if I'm honest. With David Worrell on. And haven't got any strikers. Stick Montano up front, just a little bit of energy, extra energy up there because Turner's lacking match fitness quite badly. Anything else I can do? Not really. See how that goes. Gibbons isn't having the best of games, but this is probably, I think this is his first ever professional game, so we'll give him a bit of slack. We'll let him off a bit today. That's probably going to be it if we can hold out for these few seconds, yeah. I'll take it, I suppose. 0-0 away. Mid-table team, or a team that's predicted mid-table, you've always got to take a point away from home, unless you're playing against bottom of the league, I suppose. But I will give them a little bit of a better next time, please. And see what you think of that. I don't know what other people think, but the press conferences, they're so just... I think probably about 10% of players actually do the press conferences themselves. But I hate it when you go on your profile and it says really bad at media handling, and then when you go for another job they always ask you, why are you so bad at media handling? But so I do try and do them just because of that, but I don't really enjoy it, to be honest. And it's a bit annoying that they're the same questions that we had 5 years ago. I would like a bit of variety, even if they're asking the same question in essence. It'd be nice if there were 3 or 4 different versions of that question, if you know what I mean. I would like to see that put into the game next time, maybe. I think it will give it a bit more depth, to be honest. So the question now for Bradford, how much rotation do I put into it? Well, I can't rotate any of my strikers, I don't think. I'm going to skip that one. I don't think I can actually rotate any of my strikers because they're all injured. Unless one of them has just come back. Let's have a look. Oh, Dan Turner's injured, great. So I can't play him. Tom Pope might make it. Oh, I don't know, probably not. I might have to change something and just go. I might have to stick an extra man in midfield. Possibly. I don't really like playing players out of position if I can help it. Maybe put Worrell and Whitfield in the attacking mid together. Might put one of them as Trequartista or something just to give him a bit more freedom to try and basically score a goal. I'll have a look, see how that looks in a minute. I do find the Carabao Cup or the EFL Cup or whatever we want to call it, for the League 1 and League 2 teams, it's pretty much pointless. Because the FA Cup, at least you get a load of money for winning it. I mean, for winning the games, but they've taken the prize money out of the early stages of the League Cup, and it's just pretty much a waste of time now for the lower league teams. I mean, the Checker Trade Trophy is just an abomination, but even that's got more point to it than the EFL Cup to the lower league teams. Personally, I will never go to a game, a Checker Trade Trophy game, until they send it back to the old format with no B teams. There you go. Oh God, that's good. So Dan Turner's got 4 months out. Yeah, okay. Pretty bit of luck right at the start of the series there. Right, so let's have a look then. So what I'm going to do, drop him back. Forrester's going to have to go on advance forward just to give him a bit more, just so he's doing a bit more on the ball. I want him to be able to run with the ball and try and hold it up and bring others into play if he gets it. With him being just up front on his own, I think that's important. Waller's really, really unsuited to trequartista, so I'm going to put him on advance forward. Attacking midfield player and see how he does there. And I'm going to drop onto standard. I think control, it might be a bit too much for a League 2 team. It works for me when I'm playing as a big team in, I don't know, in the Premier League, or a big team in one of the bigger leagues, but with a League 2 team that's promoted, that's predicted mid-table, it might be just a bit too much to ask. So we'll put Middleton in for a game. Give Anthony Kay a game. He's a proper cart horse, but we'll give him a game. What else should we do? Put Danny Pugh in. And Gavin Gunning. Don't like to mix it up too much, but I do want to give other players a chance. Problem is, I would like to give a couple more strikers a chance, but they're all injured, so I can't do that. And these pre-match tactical briefings, I need to kind of just get used to them, really. When a new thing comes into the game, you usually just like, it's a bit overwhelming. But I do need to try and start to learn how to do them, really. I did one of them and I thought, yeah, I'll leave my assistant to that next time. That's it, Bradford City. One of the top League 1 teams. This is going to be difficult. If we're lucky though, they've rested quite a few players. I think it looks like they have, to be honest. Paul Taylor's a good player. Shane McCartan from Accrington last year. He's got a pretty good team out. It's probably better than our team. It was definitely better than our team, but let's see how this goes. You know, with the lack of highlights in the last game, I might put it back to extended. I'll see how this one goes, but I might put it back to extended because I think there's 3 highlights last game. It's not really enough, is it, to be honest? A bit of a chance here. Harry Middleton to Ben Whitfield. Can he get it in? Nah. Keeping the ball quite nicely, but struggling to just get through. Oh, and Gibbons has lost it. Time on the ball, time on the ball. There you go. Possession's looking quite good. I know we're only 15 minutes in, but it's not looking too bad at all, actually. Not really sure what the point in that highlight was, but there you go. A bit of a strange one, but you do get there now with them in FM sometimes. Now with these new... Oh, it's gone now. I was going to talk to you about the new widgets, but they've gone on a highlight. Oh, we've been done with the ball over the top. Goal. We'll see if that happens again. If it happens again, I'm definitely going to drop my defensive line a little bit. I probably should have looked into it a bit more at the start of the match with the pace of their striker, really. But coulda, shoulda, woulda. Say. We are in the game, which is nice. 4 shots against 4. I don't know what it's doing there. It keeps wanting to show me highlights as replays of something. Have I clicked on something? Replays. Oh, right, there we go. Oh, it's scored again. Yeah, let's get rid of that. It's obviously not working today. I think the game's just having a bug because it keeps trying to show me the same highlight over and over again. Well, if there's a developer out there, feedback and all that, it's a penalty. Well, this is a good game to pick, wasn't it, for a live match? But there you go. I suppose it happens to everyone. Even if it saves it, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. No. I think we would have lost either way, so there you go. I can't do any subs yet, can I really? That's how bad it is when you're looking at subs in the 42nd minute. Mate, I'll do them to half time. Do a couple at half time. Right, what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him a bit of a rollicking. And what else am I going to do? I'm going to basically just go for damage limitation. It'd be nice if we could just run forward and nick a goal, because 2 games without a goal isn't great. So I'm going to put them on, defend a bit deeper, go on counter, and because basically just going to try and hit it over the top for Forrester and just get a goal on the counter. Yeah, let's go for that. Any subs? Who's having a particularly bad game? Gunning has been awful. Danny, if I could, I could probably take out 10 of those players. Oh, well, let's just give them another go. See if they can rectify their mistakes in the second half. You know what? My tactics are usually quite good on Football Manager. I'm not sure about this one though. Then again, we are playing a pretty good team, and we've changed the team quite a lot. This is the issue. You never know on Football Manager whether to just stick it out and wait for your players to get used to the tactic, or just keep changing it. Oh my god. 2 minutes in, we can see it again. It was a great goal, but if I was playing on my own here, I'd probably be throwing my laptop out the window, if I'm honest with you. But I'll try and keep it cool. Right, it's definitely time for some subs now. Definitely. Let's get Danny Pugh off because he's been pretty useless. Give Regis a go. I don't really like having 2 advanced playmakers, but you really cannot play as a box to box. Oh god. I don't know what's gonna. What the point? What's gonna do anything? I don't know. Let's put a harness on, maybe. I give Denton a rest and put Kelly on. Give him a bit of a breather, so he's fully fit for the next game. You know what? Looking at the stats, we haven't been. It's doing this again. I don't know what it's doing. Looking at the stats, we haven't been completely destroyed, but look at the scoreline we have. Go on, let's get one back. Oh no, oh no. Well, at least we had a highlight. That's one positive. When I'm watching other Football Manager players on YouTube, I quite enjoy watching them lose. So if everyone else is like me, I'll probably be quite successful, to be honest. I probably do need an extended highlights just so I can get a better tactical view of the game. Oh, here we go. Good save. Because when you've got it on key highlights, you can't really see enough of the game to look at it tactically. If you know what I mean, you can't see where you're going wrong. You never really get to see what your defenders are doing, do you? Unless you're doing something bad. That's the problem with you. Unless you're watching the full game, you're not going to see your defenders do anything good, are you? It's difficult to actually judge how well they're doing, because the ratings aren't always very accurate, to be honest. They're pretty good, but they're not the best. That was an interesting ball, but he's got there. Go on, let's get one back. You have to just knock it in now, maybe. Oh, great play. Oh, is it the bar? Oh. You know what, I don't think we've been horrendous. We've had 2 clear-cut chances. They've had 3. We should have scored, and we probably shouldn't have conceded as many as we have. I think 2-1 or something would have been a fair result. Maybe 2-0. You know it's bad when you're hoping for a 2-1 loss. Well, there we go. We're knocked out of the Vale Cup. Concentrating on the league, as they say. You got to look at the positives, I suppose. We've got Wickham at home in the next game, and I think they lost their first game. Not that that really says much, to be honest, because it's 1 game. But yeah, they're 22nd, so they must have lost the first game. I'm going to leave that for the next episode, but we will have a quick look at what we're going to try and change. I have had success before, because I've only got 1 striker. I think this tactic works best with 2 strikers. Because I've got 4 strikers injured, and they're all going to be out for... Oh, Pope might be back for that game. Oh well, we'll have a look when we come back. But thank you very much for watching. Again, as always, if you've got any questions or anything, please ask, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you very much. See you later.